Thank you, Richard. What I wanted to do this afternoon was I'm at a roads event, a highways event, and you might ask, well, what's this to do with Crossrail? But I'm going to give you a little bit of a story around Crossrail and then perhaps highlight what I think are some of the challenges that we all face in the world of transport and how actually we respond to the very positive agenda that exists at the moment about the importance of the criticality that government are placing on infrastructure investment and how we have to make absolutely certain that we do not give politicians the excuse to change priorities. Crossrail, obviously, in terms of its point of delivery, is a London programme. In total, it's just short of £15 billion of expenditure. We started the work just over 7 years ago. It adds 10% more capacity to London's public transport. It's 120 kilometres long from Reading in the west to Abbeywood and Shenfield to the east. It has a route into the Heathrow complex. It has a number of brand new stations which to me are very iconic, and it has a fantastic business case. And more than that, it's just another indication. You invest in infrastructure, transport infrastructure, and it creates a macro impact in terms of regeneration. I want to try and just give you an idea of scale. So this is a very short example. If you're in London, you may recognise this building. I would never call it iconic, but it is in the process of being refurbished. This is Centre Point that sits above Tottenham Court Road. Tottenham Court Road has a very busy underground system. It carries the two busiest lines on the network, the Central Line and the Northern Line. And in more recent times, it's been expanded by London Underground to ease passenger congestion. These colours and these cutaways are actually 30 metres underneath the Oxford Circus. For the last 5 years, Crossrail has been working at Tottenham Court Road as well. And this is what we've been doing. So a massive change has been going on underneath. What you're looking at in terms of colour is about £1 billion worth of capital expenditure. And I failed my first test, actually. I should have added the programme is on time and is being delivered inside the funding envelope that has been made available. It makes your life so much easier when you can tell politicians you're on time and you're within the funding that's been made available. It creates a confidence, in my opinion, to keep the storybook going. The stations themselves vary. There's one at Paddington, which is the top left-hand corner. If you're familiar with Paddington as it was, we're building the station where the taxi rank used to be. Next to it is Tottenham Court Road. The next one below that on the left-hand side is Farringdon, and then finally there's a shot of the platform, which is the shot over on my left-hand side, which is a generic shot of the station platform. I think very iconic in terms of representing the best of the 21st century. This is roughly 30 metres down, and this is the style that we will be adopting. So for me, in terms of an infrastructure project, not only is it delivering huge amounts of public transport on time, on cost, but it's making a fundamental statement about the UK and specifically London in the 21st century. But I have been in this role now for almost, over 7 years. And I was quite interested in listening to Jim where Highways England are now into their second year. And I like to tell this story because I actually think the story for Crossrail could be the same story for Highways England. Investing in infrastructure is always more than just the transport system that you create. And if you do it well, you create a much bigger story in terms of the benefits to the UK economy as a whole. Of the 15 billion that we will spend on Crossrail, over 95% of what we spend will be spent in the UK economy. 60% of our spend will be small